War. War never changes.
All right, this is Beer and Cigarettes Radio. We're doing a podcast, and there are the beers clicking open. Tonight's topic is Fallout 4, our wants and wishes for the first hour, and then we're doing Solar Cycle 24 for the second hour. I am Nova, and my co-host is...
I'm Sean, your wonderful co-host.
And we have joining us Blaine and
Right
Tim.
here.
Hi. Sorry. All right, so let's get started. Let's put our beers down. All right. How do you guys want to start this off? What do we want in Fallout 4?
I really want I don't know. Like, I've been thinking about this all week when we decided on this, and I genuinely don't know what I want in Fallout 4. That's already not going to be in it.
Well, having not read anything about Fallout 4...
They're not even working on it. This is all speculation.
Oh, okay. I haven't even read speculations, but one thing I really missed in Fallout 3 and New Vegas that they had in the first two was vehicles. Actual driving vehicles.
Really? I
My
never got to that part, I guess.
I don't think they had vehicles in Fallout 1, but in Fallout 2
Yes,
they did.
Yes, they did.
Yeah,
they had them in
vehicles in
both.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you had to find it and find the parts to repair the highwaymen.
Oh, yeah, I read about that quest.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Okay.
My trouble with vehicles in a game like 3 in New Vegas, because I imagine... Sorry. If they're going to use it off, I would guess an updated Skyrim engine. I don't know how that physics system would handle a vehicle.
Well, think about it this way. Even in Skyrim, Oblivion, etc., you had a horse.
A horse is not a vehicle, though, with shocks and bouncing, and the horse operated on the same physics that you walked with.
I think
This is true.
I think the PC would be able to handle it just fine.
I'm
absolutely.
not saying systems, I mean the actual game engine itself. Look at all the wonky physics shit in every Bethesda game. Now, don't get me wrong. You know as well as anyone that I'm a humongous Fallout fan.
Oh, yeah, same
There is
here.
Wonky shit in that physics engine.
Oh,
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah, tons of
Like, you're
glitches.
grabs
I think
and 90
one of
things
the
fall
main...
for no reason.
We're talking at the same time. Oops.
So, I'm sorry, dude.
It's all right. I think one of the main things everyone can agree with, and I see this comment all the time on different forums and comments and stuff on Fallout 4 posts, is that people want a game out of the box without glitches, which isn't going to fucking happen.
It's not going to happen, but holy shit, they could do better than New Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no doubt.
it took 6 patches just to get it stable, and it still crashes on me.
Oh, yeah.
that
Really?
sucks.
On your PC or 360.
Both.
I have no crashes on 360 anymore. In fact, my load times are like goddamn
Then
non-existent.
again, and granted, I only have one mod installed for Fallout New Vegas, and that's the Project Nevada one, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But still, every once in a while it'll just freeze,
Yeah, I never had that issue. In fact, I've been playing through New Vegas again.
Yeah, it does that for me too on the Xbox from time to time, but it's like not a huge issue. It just happens from time to time, and I haven't actually had that problem in a long while.
Could you get rad
Yeah, that's
mutations?
what I'm saying. It's
rad mutations? No.
Yeah, rad mutations.
Oh, that'd be
Actually,
that'd be
interesting.
awesome.
You did. You never saw it, but you got a mutation in Fallout 3 when you did the quest for Moira, and
Yeah.
to poison
They
yourself
should make
if you.
it more prevalent. Like, it's radiation-soaked Earth. Like, there should
yeah,
be
I'd love
so
to
much
see
more
that.
mutation. It should be so much more prevalent, but it doesn't
Oh,
seem like
yeah.
it is.
If you've ever,
Or at least not in the player character.
one thing that I want, and one thing that I really want in Fallout 4 is just a varied amount of encounters and stuff, like the Mart's Mutant mod for Fallout 3. That thing is epic. I mean, there are freaking roaming, glowing ghouls and stuff that travel in packs and attack you, and the atmosphere is just awesome. When you see...
There's so much stuff that these people do for free. Like, people on the internet make mods for free that the game companies could do it too. It's not like these people just do
Well,
it.
that's why New Vegas has gun mods.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they saw the people who use gun mods in 3 on PC, they put them in the actual game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think
I
my
think they
biggest
should
wish
take
for
it-
Fallout 4, just for the challenge, I want to play as a ghoul.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
That would be very nice.
Or even a super mutant. Have, like, races in it and whatnot. That'd be
Yeah.
I'd love
Yeah.
to see it.
amazing.
Big
That's
time.
why my biggest wish.
Races, and I think continuous mutation over time if you choose a red saturated race or something. You know,
Or if
like,
you don't do
permute
anything
something.
about your rads, if you don't take any rad away or something, and maybe, and maybe,
Or maybe if you're a ghoul, you require radiation.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
gonna be
Like,
And there's
cool.
like
more
Help
physical
with
changes
Yeah.
based on that. Like, your character to change over time physically.
Well,
you know, from mutations.
Yeah.
it's mentioned in Fallout 3 when you go into the Ghoul City and talk to the engineer guy that needs all the scrap metal to fix the air ducts and stuff to keep the place running, that ghouls don't actually use stim packs. Like, it's useless for them because radiation pretty much heals them. So that would be an interesting gameplay twist too. Like, you have to travel between radioactive sources to heal yourself instead of the normal.
That would seem like a really good idea. That would be a completely different mechanic for the race, and really cool, actually.
Mm-hmm.
My trouble is that would be the most hardcore playthrough because you can't just heal yourself like you normally could walk around. You have to find a radiation place.
But isn't that sort of
Maybe you just carry around irradiated water.
Yeah.
Well, what about
and that should be like-
radioactive food and stuff? That would give you a
I
different
didn't
radiation,
actually
so
get
that
into
could give you a little bump.
Oh yeah, I could see it
plus,
happen.
I think it'd be like playing a vampire in Skyrim. Every person
It
you
should
talk
have an
to
alternate
hates-
problem, like if you go below a certain point, you should get weaker because you didn't keep your rads up. Yeah. I'm sorry, what were you saying? I interrupted you.
No. I was kind of rambling. That's not a bad idea either. No.
Because that would balance
Honestly.
it. You get a really great benefit for being like this super mutant, and then you have to keep your rads up, and if you get them too low, you take a little damage over time, and then if you keep them high, you get regeneration over time.
Mm-hmm.
That's
The
a
other
good
thing
idea.
is, if you notice, ghouls aren't very strong,
Yeah,
but they're fast. You probably have higher speed but less strength.
probably
Yeah.
A lot
That makes
better equipped
sense.
to handle guns and whatnot, since agility handles the gun perks and whatnot and skills.
Whereas a human would be the middle ground. You could make it into whatever you want, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
I've
You
wanted more weapon customization, but I don't know how they did that in the new ones. I've played 1 and 2 a little bit, and researched 3 enough to say I don't really want to try it. But that was me. I have very little money to buy games.
Well, 3 actually wasn't that bad, to be
Oh.
honest. As a diehard Fallout fan, 3 was pretty awesome for me after waiting, how long? When did
Yeah.
number 2 come out? 95?
10 years.
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah.
check.
Don't. Or I can actually say, and I'll admit this, as big a Fallout fan as I am, I actually don't like 1 or 2.
Oh.
I don't like turn-based gameplay. It's boring to me.
Um,
Which is weird because I love turn-based strategy games.
Yeah, I
like
know
Fire
you do.
Emblem and shit. I can't get into the Fallout gameplay.
Well,
As much as I love the story.
I
itself.
honestly loved it.
Fallout,
You know?
Fallout
Fallout
1 and
came
2
out in
had a lot of-
1998.
If you
Okay, that's what I thought.
if you actually chose to have a lot of followers and whatnot, it took a lot of work and strategy to keep them alive.
Yeah, see, I genuinely
That's
like
true.
games like that. I love like the Fire Emblem games and other games like that, which names are failing me.
I actually really enjoyed
Looks
Fallout
like
1.
the Solar Empire.
What I
Great.
had time to play of Fallout 2.
I was bad when I played Fallout 1. I decided to find a walkthrough, and it took me to where to find the best companions that you get at the beginning of the game and the best armor. And like, there's this.
Did it
power
give you?
armor
Did it give you
on
the?
map. Guys right
gambling
back by
glitch?
it.
Did it give you the gambling glitch?
I don't know. I don't think I got a gambling glitch on that. No, I got this super mutant as a companion, or what was it? Yeah, it was this weird hulking thing. I can't remember what it was called. I think it was a super mutant, but I could be wrong.
Wait, was it the super mutant or was it the intelligent Deathclaw?
The Deathclaw? Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Memory. Yeah. Yeah. It was the Deathclaw. I got the intelligent Deathclaw for a while, and then I got the
Mr.
suit.
Wiggles.
What?
Did you name him Mr. Wiggles?
I can't.
The Deathclaw already had a name. I don't remember what it was.
I think there's a
Yeah.
mod for that in New Vegas. Like, there's a Mr. Wiggles intelligent Deathclaw that follows you around.
Oh,
That
good
would be
God.
amazing. I really think they should bring back the intelligent
in the
Deathclaw.
game somehow. I think that's a mod. I think it's actually in the game.
Really? I never found it.
Shit.
Well, maybe that's Wild Wasteland, and I never chose that.
Wild Wasteland is
Well,
where
they
it's at.
I'm doing that in my next playthrough, actually.
You know,
So many great
I
jokes.
took that perk and I never caught any of the
References.
Any of the jokes
In
are
New Vegas?
Easter eggs.
Okay, you know when you go in where you find people on the crosses, the big pile of burning bodies? A house over, there's 2 skeletons named Owen and Baru.
Excellent.
I actually-
Dead adventurer in a fridge.
Mhm.
Indiana Jones 4. Yeah. There's a bunch of
Okay.
Monty Python jokes.
Okay.
In the very last expansion pack, you find a fossilized dog named Seymour. Yeah, Fry's dog gets to everyone.
That's so sad.
You know, there's something else I'd like to see in the next Fallout game that we didn't really see besides in mods and whatnot. I want to see AP-based executable orders for squad members and for sprinting, bullet time, different stuff like that. And
Fallout needs sprinting. Good
Yes.
God.
Yeah,
Yes,
Fallout
exactly.
does need sprinting.
oh my god, man! If
Big
you've
fucking
ever added a sprinting mod to your
Yeah,
Fallout
I
game,
have. Fallout needs sprinting.
it's amazing.
Good God.
It
can only
helps so
walk?
much, especially for
Here,
melee
VTP, Let me
characters.
run.
You
a
can't
little.
sprint?
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
Oh
No.
God,
Oh.
that's terrible.
It's not as bad like as we're probably making it out to be, in all honesty. But it's one of those things where you're so used to doing it now in pretty much any game in the world
Right.
that play a game that doesn't have it, you feel so crippled.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's put it this way. Even Minecraft has sprinting.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. This is an odd thought, but I've been recently playing Secret World, which is really interesting
Oh, tell me
post-apocalyptic
that's
game.
good. I'm thinking about buying that. Tell me it's good.
It looks really good. It is really good. It's like
Oh,
it's like
fantastic.
Left 4 Dead MMO with more Cthulhian aspects and magic and
it's-
stuff.
I
But
got
what they
the
incorporated is
beta.
this
It's like
active
a
dodge
beta.
thing where you like double tap a direction and you dodge out of the way of an attack that's like a cone or a sprint
Right.
attack or something like that.
That's
I
another
want
thing.
things
You
like
should be able
that,
to
like
duck and
maneuvers
roll
that are
and shit.
active
Hmm.
in
Yeah,
RPGs like this.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about too. You should be able to like tuck and roll or something
Yeah,
at the cost
seriously.
of
Tuck and roll.
ability points. I mean,
Yeah.
it shouldn't just be for VATS.
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
feel that way.
Yeah, you should be able to do that on your own with like some complicated combos or something, RB1 or something,
What should be the sprint button? Like if you hold the sprint, tap to dodge.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
You could that'd be
Or
great.
double tap. Yeah, move a direction, double tap to dodge.
Well, on the keyboard, whenever they use the mods, it's just the sprint button. Like you
Yeah.
toggle walk on or off with the caps lock key, and that's it.
Yeah.
It
That's
works freaking amazingly. I don't know why they didn't include something like that. And I was actually talking to a guy at my local comic book shop, and he had a really great idea. I guess he does a lot of 3D work and whatnot. And he's created some mods for Fallout 3 in New Vegas. And he was saying that he was really disappointed that there wasn't like a pullback grid system, like a green mesh grid system that comes up when you have followers or something, so that you can strategically position them using
That'd
VATS.
be great.
Because
Give you a tactical
Fallout's not-
system for them? Yeah, that'd be great.
The problem is Fallout isn't a team-based tactical game. It's about you.
Yeah.
Your followers are just there to help you. They're not actually. You're not playing
Well,
as a team.
I mean,
That kind of design is
I-
based
that-
for
yeah, that would be like
tactical
tactics.
games
But-
like Ghost Recon or the old Rainbow Six games.
I'd
God
agree
knows.
with you, but nothing
Okay.
really doesn't fit in Fallout. And as we saw in Fallout
That's
1 and
true,
2, you could do
but
that
at the
kind
same
of
time,
stuff.
it's still a genre game.
Okay.
Like, it's still built in a certain way for certain things. Sprint is perfect for that. But when you call in like team-based tactics, it seems a little overblown for people who aren't wearing Pit Boys like you.
They could put it just on your Pip Boy. You like you just pause the game in combat and you give your guys orders for a while and they do those orders and then they do whatever.
I think that one of the things they wouldn't do here is it gets rid of the frenetic. It's frenetic.
Frantic.
Frenetic.
Yeah, the
Frantic? Yeah, there you
franticness
go.
is the better word. The franticness of the fight. Because even
Mm.
with VATS, like you get crazy gunfights going on in that
I've
game.
seen it, yeah. I've seen people
Oh
playing
yeah, like
it. I've
I've
never
had
played it myself.
humongous fights across like buildings.
You haven't
I
Yeah.
seen
think
anything
being able to
unless
pause
you've
it
been
and
hit
plot
by a
everything-
behemoth.
Yeah, shit. I think being able to pause
Or an
it and-
Did they have
abomination.
any sort of like aggressive setting? This is kind of a weird thought. They need, you know how they have. You want sprint, but I also hate that there's like some things that require fine motion. You know what I mean? Like you want to like tuck. You don't want to crouch along this ledge to sneak into this place because I like stealth work for manipulating line of sight and stuff. And like if you don't have that fine control of being able to move slowly, I don't know that they incorporate that in very many games. Did they have that in 3?
on pretty much any like actual home console, it's just analog movement. Touch the stick lightly, you move slowly and softly.
Yeah, there's that. I mean, but I play on a computer, so like.
Oh.
It's-
Yeah, they
it's
didn't-
toggle
they
cam.
didn't-
I'm sorry, I'm part of the glorious master race and you're not.
Oh,
no,
no.
I'm joking. I'm not even going to start that argument.
Sean, I can actually reach out and slap you.
If I got the emulator for
Really?
it, the computer could be
Really?
an
Who's armed in this house? Okay.
I
All right, children, settle down.
But yeah, it's more
Hold
like
on.
a centralized
Hold on,
computer.
Blaine just got attacked by vinyl.
You were saying, Tim? You actually have an Xbox emulator? How do you
No, I don't actually have an Xbox emulator, but I wish I did. Like,
Well, I mean, I
An
thought they aren't even really able to cross-platform frickin' emulate even the Wii or the previous generation, the PS2 and whatnot, very well. You have to have a really high-end video card and system to be able to even run it semi-okay.
yeah, that's mostly because I'm not sure much about the mechanics of it, so like I can't really even speculate on how the consoles are built any time recently.
Well, I've
But
got a GeForce GTX 550 Ti, so I don't know if that would actually run anything like that. I doubt it because their operating systems are so different, you know.
They really are. They really are. They have specialized firmware and drivers for the video cards. It's specifically tuned for this thing. Okay.
Yeah.
And working it in any other fashion is actually strenuous to the machine. So it's the same with a computer or an Xbox. And so I don't know. Modding them and doing things that aren't like that, I just try and stay away from it. I just haven't been interested.
No, I'm with you on that. Don't worry, I completely agree.
Oh man.
It's more disinterest because of lack of money than I hate consoles. I don't hate consoles. I love consoles. I just haven't had time or money for them.
Well,
I was kidding. We all play games. I see no reason to separate any of us based on what we play them on.
well, getting back to the topic,
Sorry.
I'd also like to see a lot more massive bosses throughout the wastes.
Yeah.
More giant stuff to shoot.
I would and I wouldn't because that's kind of the same thing as a tactical combat. Random boss encounters seem kind of out of place to me.
Not
They don't seem
necessarily.
out of place. They were in the first two games. You had massive enemies that you had to deal with on occasion.
Oh,
that-
absolutely.
Well, massive enemies aren't like
How?
boss
Yeah, to-
encounters to me.
I'm saying more common than they have been, but not necessarily overblown.
You know what I'd like to do is like
The behemoths in 3 were fucking overblown. There was like one of those in every quadrant. It seemed like.
they were
Oh, yeah.
awesome.
Well,
You know
think
what
about it this way. You're in the wasteland, man. Everything's destroyed. Everybody's huddled
Yeah, but
together.
it's been
in small
hundreds of
communities,
years after
so there's
the war.
vast expanses of nothing.
I want more legendary creatures like in New Vegas.
More legendary creatures.
Yeah. Did you ever see the legendary Deathclaw?
Yeah.
Scariest damn enemy I've ever seen in a video game.
I also took it down.
Oh no, it went down, but holy shit.
It took
I saw
quite
things
a bit
like
to take that
scream
thing down, though.
bitch.
I'd love to see
I had
more
a
stuff
thought,
like
but I
Old
lost it.
World Blues as well, because that is an amazing expansion.
Bigger fucking horns and 3 times the size of a Deathclaw running at you in a cave.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's like, it's time to go.
yeah.
There were a lot of hints in 3, actually, to like an Android revolution, too, in the Commonwealth. So
I'd see
Oh,
more
yeah.
androids.
I would love
Yeah.
to see the next game take place in the Commonwealth, because we've been hearing about it for so long. Let's
Yeah.
go,
No
I'm with
doubt.
you on that.
I just
My-
thought of something else interesting that they could include. I just lost the thought again. I forgot. Sorry.
All right.
I just
I'd
lose
love to see it in the Commonwealth. I'd love to see it in a different country.
Oh yeah.
That
Like,
might be
I would
interesting.
love to see like Fallout London.
that would be
Well,
awesome.
nice.
How fucking
Or,
cool would that be?
Yeah.
They'd have to completely come up with all new creatures.
All new creatures, new
Everything.
characters.
Yeah, I mean,
everything.
Just ground up, because, I mean, obviously, they're not going to have the same critters and creatures.
And also with
as
in
the
London,
United States.
I would imagine the weather might be a bit more dynamic.
Yeah, probably.
Because I loved seeing the rain in Zion.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Cooperative gameplay, like where you can play with your friends online. We've
They're
got
already
cloud
making
memory,
fall-
so why
making
can't we make it
Fallout
so that you and your friend are sharing the adventure? You know what I mean? Like you have the
I,
race thing.
I know someone
different
that
places.
I know someone that was rumored to be working on the Fallout online
Okay.
game.
Yeah, they're still
He's
working on
doing
Fallout.
concept art for it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a multiplayer person. I really like MMOs and stuff, and randomly grouping on occasion for things
See,
that are just
I've
way too
never
tough.
been to MMOs, and like I have Steam on my PC, and Steam is full of free-to-play MMOs.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Those are
like,
just terrible. Don't
they're-
just stay away from them. All of them. They're not worth it. None of them are worth your time. They're terrible. Terrible.
Neither
terrible.
are the ones you pay for to me, though. They're all boring. Like, there's no point to
Yeah.
them.
No.
There's no
See,
story,
the world is
and
different,
that
though.
actually
The world has
segues
changed.
into.
No, my problem with MMOs is simply
My next
because
point.
for a casual player, you have no chance.
Yeah,
You have to have no fucking life except
to get
for
anywhere in those games.
That's not
except
true.
that game.
Not in Secret World. It's a little different because you don't have levels and such. Like
yeah,
there
that's
really
true.
is no levels.
That's what attracted me to that game.
There's no levels. You have skill points and things like that you get, and you have experience as well. And there is a curve to it, but you can sit around and there's so much stuff to do in just one area of the game that even a casual player would remain interested in it. Honestly, if you wanted to just go on and act like you're playing Left 4 Dead Online or something, you know, that's what it feels like in the starting area. Is like a zombie apocalypse zone called Kingsmouth, and you run around
like
finding out
Portsmouth,
the
I get
cult
it.
following that started this. And it was I won't give you any spoilers, but it's really interesting. There's lots of missions and things to run around with. There's only one thing that requires you to group in the first zone, so if you really wanted to solo it for a while, you could, you know. But yeah.
I'd actually.
So I liked that, and I had a lot of fun playing DC Universe.
Oh,
DC
really?
Online was fun too. It was pretty easy for
I
you.
never
So,
actually
yeah,
tried that.
DC Universe is a lot of fun. Like it's a lot of fun making your own supervillain. Not gonna lie.
That actually sounds really
Because
interesting.
I was playing the game for about 30 seconds before I went, nope, I'm a villain.
All right.
But a
well,
lot of them just, if you don't know someone who already plays it, there's no point to buy one almost.
Not
True.
not necessarily. I've had it's kind of interesting. You get into like if you just keep in mind that kill stealing is not a big deal. If someone comes along and attacks your thing, you're going to get the experience and the credit for it anyway, because your first attack makes it yours. Don't worry about
Right?
that.
Yeah. It's
Go, hey, thanks. You just fixed it. You just killed it for me.
so things work.
well, my biggest problem with MMOs has always been that there's not a whole lot of room to work with story, you know, and that actually works into my next point that I want to see in Fallout 4. I don't feel like the types of character choices and the types of speech choices are varied enough in the Fallout games. You know, I really think they should have like choices based on character archetype and alignment and stuff like that, or maybe
You
even
want like
race.
Mass Effect and Fallout. You want the Mass Effect character-driven story.
Well, not necessarily. I mean,
Well,
just
without the
more
ending, we
choices.
covered that
you know.
last week.
We want it to be. You want it to be more like you're playing yourself in this world than or some character
Yeah,
that you've
exactly.
crafted in this world. Than
Right.
I'm playing your Joe Schmo that you came up with for your storyboard that has really no interesting
They have,
traits
like,
whatsoever.
You have 5 choices for character dialogue and whatnot, and you can understand that. It's just a video game, and they're limited to how
Yeah.
much they can do and how much voice acting they can actually cast. But, I mean, imagine if there was, like, 15 choices based on what your character could possibly say.
I like that, and I don't like that because that would make dialogue so goddamn boring. You'd spend most of your time trying to decide what to say and what to read. I
Yeah.
don't mind having 5 choices because each one is tied to a certain personality trait. Whether you're an asshole or a friend or just someone who wants to get through the day.
I got a lot of asshole choices, I'm not going to lie.
I play very neutral. Like, it kind of depends what mood I'm in that current day playing the game.
My first play,
And
I had
my
all
like
sorts
bad trait of
choices.
killing people if they have something shiny.
I had that problem with a lot of other MMOs with dialogue and such, or other games with dialogue. They never really gave you something that was dark enough or nice enough if you really wanted to play a nice guy. You know what I mean? It was always somewhere in the middle.
Well,
Yeah.
I understand that, and at the same time, I see the problem with it. But they don't. They have to keep it slightly vague because you're not the only one playing the game.
Yeah.
You know, millions of people are going to play it. Millions of other people are going to play it too.
And have their own idea for what their character
Right.
represents. There's
Whereas,
no,
like,
you're not going to get a D&D experience out of this.
No,
Yeah.
that's true.
yeah, it's not going to be like us playing Fallout where you
Right.
know our characters because we can say what we think and feel as
Yeah.
that character.
Yeah, that's never
Right.
going to happen.
Yeah, well, it might.
No, it can't. It would be too time consuming for the developer to go ahead and figure that out.
Well, there
I
might
get-
be a way to develop a system that works and cycles through that kind of information, but it might be
Right.
incredibly complex. Or maybe
I
incredibly
think
simple. You
if-
never know.
If when a game
Well, yeah,
build a personality for
Star
the
Wars
character.
Online tried that, but it wasn't really that. Or not Star Wars Online, but Star Wars: The Old Republic tried it. But it really is kind of cumbersome, and like to me, it felt like I was playing, WoW again with lightsabers and less weapon choices.
That's my other problem. Is a lot of MMOs play like WoW, and I can't stand WoW. Thank you.
I don't know. This one feels like the cool thing about I keep harping on Secret World because
that's one thing that made me want to play that game. Was it looked a lot different.
Well, there's only 7 attacks, and there's your movement. Okay, so you could map it to a controller and play it on a controller if you really wanted to. It's not that difficult. There's only 7 attacks, so you could map to a controller. You could and you could toggle sprint with the extra key that you would have on an 8-button controller, and then you have start to pull up your menus and things like that. You're fine. It's not difficult at all, and you just ignore the chat.
Fallout controls if you wanted.
Oh yeah.
And then there's also the fact that you don't have your character doesn't speak. Your character doesn't speak at all. You're just talking to the person talks to you. You're talking to this. You're going from here to here to here to here, investigating this thing, Right. And to some degree, you get. I'm not sure if there really is a moral choice or anything later on, but maybe that's just the first area that I went through.
Yeah. It's the idea behind the fact that a lot of the really, really famous video game characters are mute. You don't know what they say.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Gordon Freeman, for most gamers, is one of the most well-known video game characters in the world.
And he never said a damn word.
But at the same time, are people wising up to the idea that they want to experience a character when they go in to play a game now? Just like when you go to a film.
It depends on how well the story is. Half-Life worked because the story was fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. If the characters
you felt spurred on. Plus, you had Alex at your side, who is one of the best game characters ever, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
So believable, so human. You wanted to help her, so you put your personality into Gordon Freeman with your want to help fight the Combine off, and that kind of thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, indeed.
So David, the
they
fact
don't do that
you haven't played the Half-Life series is a crime, David.
Yeah, I have to agree.
The fact
I have it, and I do plan on going through it soon.
You really need to. It's your personality, who you are. I'm surprised you've never played those games.
Sean, is your connection okay? You're cutting out a little bit here and there.
So are you, actually. My connection should be fine, in all honesty. Hold on, let me check.
I want to go ahead and segue us if we're done talking about Fallout for now. What do you think? What do you guys think? Do you want to segue into the next talk?
Any final thoughts here? Hold on.
I think we got a lot of discussion.
I had over something else I wanted in the game, and now for the life of me, I can't remember it. I want energy weapons to make more of a difference.
Energy weapons, yeah.
As weird as that sounds,
there are a couple mods for that, actually.
Okay, David,
I
that's
would like for there to be...
Mods are not the answer to the next game.
It's more or less making things.
Yeah, no, I know.
Is it bizarre for me to want more crafting? I would like the ability to make bizarre weapons out of you find this thing and this thing and this thing. You put them together and you make this explosive or something.
Like the rocket launcher.
Yeah, and have lots of hidden choices. Okay, there's just and
well, you
bad
can
things
modify
too.
weapons, but you can't really build your own weapons in 3 in New Vegas.
Yeah, but the trouble is, that'd be so hard to put in that game, I think.
Yeah.
All the other
I don't know. I mean, it seems like in it again, it's a Secret World. It just feels like you're managing your inventory. You know what I mean? Of stuff
like that.
Life or something.
I would rather see weapon building than the reloading table that were in New Vegas, because I really don't know a lot of people who use those.
I never touched a reloading table.
Yeah.
There was no freaking...
I have a little bit, but yeah, it just kind of...
I know when you get one of the skills leveled up all the way, you can make JHP rounds and gnarly rounds. Trouble is you could just get better with guns and stuff and just shoot them in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's my problem is that they have this crafting thing. It should be you have the option to do this and it can boost it, and it should be equivalent to taking something else. Do you know what I mean? Or you know what I mean?
I want to see crafting is useful in Fallout, as alchemy is in the Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
Ah, there you
Because
go.
I was a stealth character in Skyrim, and boy, I could make some gnarly poisons.
Oh yeah.
Man, like seriously, I'm the only person I know who took down a dragon in one shot.
Really?
My
I
friend
was
Draco,
stealth,
who lives in
I
the
had a
Netherlands,
crazy
actually
poison,
did
and I
that.
had like a fucking ebony bow, and I got a dragon in one shot.
Nice.
He actually
That's
walked up
amazing.
behind one of the biggest dragons and hit him once with a sword, and the poison killed him instantly.
Yeah, that's my arrow.
Wow.
It's. I want to see.
Do you have a
crafting
video of
Fallout.
that or something? I would love to watch that. Like, honestly. That sounds really interesting.
I was lucky enough to find the dragon asleep on its perch, and I came in above it and was like, oh, no, we're done here. Whack!
Nice.
Oh, you
Dropped
should have
him.
been sleeping.
Yeah, you know what?
All right,
He
so
should've-
final thoughts.
I got caught slipping.
My biggest wish is I want it to be in another country. That's my biggest wish for the next Fallout.
Yeah, expand the world.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The
I'd
whole
still love to
world's
see the
fucking-
Commonwealth.
Yeah, well,
expand
the
the world
Commonwealth
in
are a whole
bases
different
and in
country.
countries.
I mean, let's
Or
face it,
like-
they're gonna make plenty of other Fallout games and expansions and stuff, and probably even spin-offs like New Vegas too.
Well, think about it this way:
Technically, New Vegas isn't a spin-off. It's actually was supposed to be Fallout 3.
we've heard
technically.
so much about the invasion. You know, when China invaded Anchorage and yada yada yada. What happened in China?
Yeah.
You know,
that's
when
what I
all the
was thinking,
bombs
too.
fell. Maybe we could get it from their point of view or something.
I
That's
would,
an interesting thought too.
or
Yeah.
even like down in Brazil or something.
Well, you could
That-
cover all of Asia
That-
to
Or I
some
want
degree.
Florida.
Oh
I don't
Christ!
know.
Neon lights in Miami and Fallout. I just, it's Vice City Fallout. I'm okay with this.
My
Alright.
I mean,
I can buy it,
see
yeah,
it?
alright.
How
larger
fun
world map, like I'm maybe I just want it all, like the entire Earth. That would be nice.
He's a
I don't-
greedy gamer.
I am a greedy gamer. I am, but
You,
I really
you
do
would
want
need
something-
like I don't even want to think about how
I-
much freaking data that would take up.
I know, but I love that, and I don't.
Oh, it'd be great, but that'd be so hard to do.
Equivalent exchange.
Exactly. You'd have to buy a computer that was just this game.
Yeah, like
Exactly,
I
yeah.
only want that game ever.
I would do it. I would do
No
it.
operating system.
Yeah. The
Just that
operating
game.
system would be the Fallout OS. They wouldn't even run Windows.
It would be a Pip Boy.
It'd be a Pip-Boy, yeah. It'd be the Pip-Boy 4000. That's
Oh,
what the PC would be
Jesus
called.
Christ.
I think
All right,
we'd
guys.
more
All right.
money.
I think that just about does it for
Yeah.
the Fallout 4 discussion, though, since we're kind of going off topic a little bit.
Well, the trouble is, like, that's a great topic, but
It is,
yell
it is.
like one or two things, then we're done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like, that's the trouble with that.
All right. So we're currently in solar cycle 24, as I've read, and the preceding cycle, basically throughout 2011, there were like no sunspots on the sun right now, and recently, as of the 12th, we actually had a massive X flare, and yesterday in the morning hours we got hit by this thing. That's kind of a normal occurrence, of course. But did you guys suffer any type of interference and whatnot from that?
This was on the 12th?
On the 14th. It takes a couple days.
Yesterday.
I had now that you mention it, my computer was off the other day. Like it was just absolutely off when I got up and I left. I leave my computer on most of the time just because it's probably bad for it, but I do. It was off, like completely off, and that usually only happens if there's a power surge or something.
Oh, I see.
You know what's funny? Yesterday, I had a power issue, and my power was fixed yesterday.
Uh-huh.
And now, literally the only weird technology thing I have is suddenly my fucking computer won't read flash drives.
Huh.
Huh?
Like, it's weird. Like, it'll read my phone. I can plug my phone in. It'll read my memory card like that. Plug a flash drive in, fucking computer crashes, and I have to restart it.
It was funny.
Derp.
Yeah, like, it's such a weird technological problem. I'm like, oh, I'm going to blame fucking
Gremlins.
Flip now. Fuck this shit.
There was actually a UV radiation storm on the 12th too, from the birth of this X flare, and that hit us on the 12th, I believe, or the 13th. And I noticed I was trying to listen to the radio on my way to work, and it was just cutting out way too much, like much more than normal. I mean, usually it's a little shaky, but this thing was bleeding through stations. Like pretty much every radio station was doing that in this area. I don't know if you guys were trying to listen to the radio or anything. Most stuff
I had
is
some
digital
cell phone
now.
issues. I had difficulty making calls. Like I dropped calls all day. I think, like I couldn't get anything through.
See, I didn't have any issues
Yeah, like
whatsoever.
me and Blaine are sitting there going, we were fine.
Oh yeah.
And we live in California. You think we'd be hitting the hardest?
No, actually, the solar storm hit us in DC and whatnot. It was more facing our side, and we got more of the.
West
Because
Coast.
they
West
were
Coast.
saying that if it hadn't have been so cloudy on the 14th, that we would have been able to see auroras and whatnot all over
Nice.
the area, all up near
That's
DC and whatnot.
Really?
That's pretty interesting. But I find it interesting that we've had 38 M-class flares within the last month alone, within just July, and we're only halfway through. And not only that, but the current M-class flare for this cycle 24, in the last cycle, those were X flares.
Mm-hmm.
And X is basically the biggest that we've got,
Mhm.
So they actually upgraded or changed the classification.
They had to reclassify all of the flares
Right.
to deal with the spike. That is interesting.
And
Wow.
Now,
that's crazy.
Does anybody know what this may portend for the future of solar activity?
I have no idea. I mean,
Well, not
scientists are
necessarily,
saying
but it could
everything's
cause-
normal, but
It could cause a shift in the. Well, okay, that's something that just the Earth goes through cycles. It like the atmosphere and the magnetosphere and things like that. They all go through. I don't know if that's the proper term for the magnetic field of the Earth.
magnetic
Yeah,
the
the
poles,
magnetic
that is
field.
correct.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the poles will shift occasionally, and they can tell this by the alignment of molecules in the seabed rock and various other places. That's what they can tell, like in ice, even sometimes how the magnetic fields were at the time. And it's gone through several shifts like this on before. And there are two cycles that the Earth has actually gone through in the past that they calculate around, scientists calculate around now, have been supposedly going to happen, which are ice ages and magnetic polarity switches.
I
Really?
certainly
Interesting.
hope that we're not going through another ice age soon. That would
We live
suck.
in California,
But
trust
ice
me, we're
ages take a
not.
long time. Ice ages take a long time.
I know, I was being facetious.
Yeah. I don't want an ice age either.
Well,
I hate. Especially,
I
like,
actually
10, 20 feet to
don't
other-
hate snow, but it was really, really a jarring adjustment from going from California to the Northern Virginia area during the coldest time of the year. But
I bet.
as far as that goes, we've actually noticed that global warming isn't largely because of greenhouse gases. It's actually because the sun's heating up and the entire solar system is heating up.
Mhm.
I mean, there have been temperature increases recorded on Jupiter and Mars even.
Really?
So it's happening all over. And in fact, I watched this. I think it was a Soho feed where over a period of a couple months, Venus started brightening up, and so did the solar activity as well. The sun just started becoming more and more increasingly active.
Well, you have to keep in mind everything goes through cycles. Everything shifts and changes and
Yeah.
like flares up. It's how things stay in balance and how things stay alive. And technically speaking, the sun is alive. It's just constantly burning. It's moving and shifting, and there are cold spots and hot spots. We see that.
Yeah, and I'm in line to believe that because last year, and this might just be speculation because I'm young and I've never seen this before, but Jupiter brightened up so much that it was startling.
Mhm.
It was jarring. Like you didn't recognize it in the night sky because it was so bright. It was brighter than the North Star or anything, And then Venus did the same thing earlier this year. I don't know if it's still doing it because it's no longer visible at night, but it was incredible. Like, there goes another beer.
That's number 3.
Yeah, we both got a few on us already.
That's pretty good. Well, I mean, the most common explanation for Venus's brightening, of course, is that it's getting closer to us. But I mean, since Jupiter underwent the same type of thing in 2011.
Here's the thing, though. Like, they could just
I'm
be
inclined to
closer
believe
the
it's
sun.
more like solar alignment with the planet.
Yeah, so solar light would honestly. Do we know what their loop around the sun is like? They could just be closer to us for a while.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if
It
it's
could be. It could be. But
elliptical
In fact,
trajectory.
I think that's what it is for Venus. Now, I remember hearing
yeah,
something about that.
yeah, and that
I-
was before the Venus transit. But what's interesting, Richard C. Hoagland, this guy who does a lot of stuff on torsion field physics and whatnot, and I know that torsion fields are sort of pseudoscience and whatnot, but his device actually recorded a massive change within the Moon and Venus in his torsion field reader that he
What
had.
precisely is a torsion field?
Yeah,
You'd have to look that up. That's not
Yeah,
main
it
stuff.
still hasn't been vetted by the scientific community at all.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, he's the only one who has any belief or any.
Well, I wouldn't say he's the only one. There are a couple rogue scientists that believe in torsion fields, but I mean,
But you put the word rogue in front
Yeah.
of scientist.
yes, but wasn't Galileo a rogue in his time?
Yeah, but
you have rogues throughout every period in history, and every period has something that gets disproven, and something else replaces it. So there's no
Oftentimes they
that's
sound
crazy.
crazy before they come out and be right.
Exactly.
Galileo.
Yeah,
But
Galileo's.
everybody knew that.
Galileo was only a rogue
Never
because the
said it.
church
Said
made
Galileo.
him so.
yeah, Galileo was rogue because of religion, not scientific
Okay,
community.
Yeah.
and in what way does the current paradigm in science not resemble a religion or a dogma?
It does.
It does, yeah.
Well, we could start that argument and
They're
offend
so
a shit
fixated
ton
on
of
this
people.
idea that you can only see and hear and taste and smell, and they've intuned themselves against these ideas that you could train your senses to do other things, like the way Buddhist monks or things like that, and like the people who can like press tons of pressure against their jugular and like not have this spear pierce their throat. Okay, they're weird things that people can do, and I don't know. I think
Right.
they deserve a little more notice than, oh, it's just bullshit. You know?
I'm not saying it's bullshit. What I'm saying is, weird things people can do with their bodies are physics. That's a physics issue.
But they're not explained by physics. Like, they can't explain why this guy could press this spear against his chest while it just looked like he was tensing his muscles. Even then, they calculated the density of his muscles and things like that, and there was no way that even based on where it was pressed, that the wedging could have stopped the like 2.5 tons worth of pressure that this spear was being pressed against his jugular with. The body couldn't have resisted that much under any normal circumstance.
Okay, that's
Some people aren't normal, though. That's the thing. Some bodies are built differently.
But
Obviously,
he
on
wasn't
normal
built.
surfaces,
He
people
trained
would.
himself.
that's not what we're talking about because it may not have any scientific basis, but we can see it happen.
Yeah, that
It's
makes it a
proved.
physics.
It's
It's proved
proven
that it
because
can
we
happen.
can record it, we can see it. We
I
may
think
not be able
there's
to
also
measure
the
it.
issue
Yeah,
that,
but you
it
can't see
happens.
everything in the
What-
universe. You
Now-
can't see
now
dark
my-
except
but
by
at
my
the
issue
same
with
time, everyone sees things differently. What you see
And
as a
that's true.
scientist might be completely observed in a different way than someone else.
Mhm.
So,
And that's the basis of science. But
Yeah,
at
but
the same time,
yes, all scientific theory or fact has to be able to be
tested.
seen or proven and tested
Tested,
by
yeah.
somebody other than the original person.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah,
look,
course.
what this seems, the torsion field theory seems to me, since he's the only guy with a device that can measure them, he's the only guy who seems to understand them, it seems like a certain religion that I am very familiar with, in which case a guy made a translation off of some metallic plates that nobody else ever saw.
Yeah.
Okay, it just...
Yeah, well, it might turn
doesn't
out to
make
be
sense.
something else in the future, but who knows? I mean,
Or
I-
he
the
could
only
be
reason-
a really, really
Something else to-
stupid
Here,
Tony Stark.
what?
Okay, he just has an Iron Man suit and he won't give it to anybody. Okay.
bottom line
Tony
is
Stark
though.
is a
Damn
national
straight.
treasure, all right?
Bottom line is though, we've got a massive amount of solar activity going on.
Yeah.
right now, and it's.
No
I mean,
one's-
a lot of people are afraid because it's happening at a time where you've got the Mayan calendar and whatnot coming to a close, and people are
Yeah.
really superstitious. You know?
Yeah, people are getting superstitious. I think that's just the tension building. People are like, no, I mean, the world goes through cycles, even society and things like that, just like the sun. So people are getting tense because things are going on that have happened before.
Well, here's
Because
the
we
thing, have you
forgot
heard
they
about the
happened.
new Mayan calendar, David?
What?
They found another Mayan calendar that goes
Yeah,
on for their
I
7,000.
know.
Oh yeah, they were calculating it. It's not the end of. It's
Yeah, you didn't hear that?
No.
Oh yeah,
I heard about that not too
All
long
I was going to say was, look,
actually
yes, the
laughing
Mayan
about
calendar
it.
is coming to an end, but that's because
No.
the Mayans ran out of fucking room on the tablet. That's all.
There's
They
no
were making more. They were making more. There were people in this hut, like
Yeah.
cave,
Exactly.
calculating out the next cycle, and like we don't even know what they did, like how they came up with these calculations. We don't have the notes or anything because they probably degraded or something.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sure.
What's funny and
Of
what I
course
find
they
odd
did
is on the 12th of this month, there was a comet that showed up on Soho, and it had something. It was a big motherfucker basically, and it was being orbited by something. Something was orbiting it, and it crashed into the sun within a couple hours of when it was discovered. And within that time frame, NASA pulled their data feeds for that day on the sun, and for the I think they did it also for the 14th. I'm not entirely sure. I find that kind of odd. Why would they do something like that? There's no reason for it, unless it was like having electrical discharges with the sun and whatnot. Which
Soho, I don't know. What do you have any links for that?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, I'd
I'd
really
like a link
to
to
see
that
the
because
data.
I'm not even sure what to search
I
for.
have one source for it.
All right.
One source.
You found one source.
I found one source, but you know.
Does this source live in a Unabomber style shack?
Yeah, like
No.
I'm
So-
not.
No, I can't really
Yeah.
confirm whether or not this actually happened just yet, but I do know that the NASA feeds did go down. Everyone is talking about it, actually. But I'll come up with some other sources.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh,
if,
no,
it,
I
if
think
it
I
does,
found
if it does
Huffington
have,
Post or something.
if we know that comets hit the sun all the time, so
Yeah.
what would be the big deal behind this? You know?
Aliens.
Oh yeah, aliens, right?
Bath salts.
Bath salts, yeah.
Just hours after being discovered, this
Hey,
comet
it's like
met its
Still Night of the
end.
Living Dead. That's the comet that made people eat people.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Did you find a link, Tim?
No, it's a different one. It's not a recent one. I think it's September 13th of some other year.
He's
Yeah.
all known on Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 11. It's 2011. I'm trying to find one recent, but I don't see anything.
Yeah, that's annoying as shit.
That's interesting.
Sorry about that.
Oh wait, this is science. All right.
Hold on.
24th of 11, 2012.
I'm drinking fast 'cause they warm up quick.
Let me check out my.
Bud Light and stuff, I get burned.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, dude.
No, I don't mind Bud Light because
Okay.
I know I have to. I can't pound them.
I gotcha.
Looking at my bookmarks right now to see if I still have it.
Dig through all the porn.
Yep, digging through it. There's too much.
Nova needs a forklift. Or backhoe
But I'm ching.
to dig through that much.
You know,
porn.
I got
Yeah,
where you're going
all right.
with it. It's a bad joke.
Yeah, I know. Shut up.
I think it was jmcannyscience.com was one of the sources. There's actually a follow-up post on. It's mainly basically wow, there's actually a Soho feed.
That's very damn true.
Nothing against you, but I get on Facebook, check a message.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's not like I'm ignoring you.
Oh, no,
You
no,
see
I-
me on, like, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm just checking a message, and I'm going to someone else.
Yeah. No
So
worries.
I guess we'll follow up on that comment next week or something, see if there's any more data within the week, because it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot.
Okay.
We'd have to process it a little bit and give people.
I found something on a. I'm not sure if it's a reputable site, but
What's the site? You want to give us a link?
Yeah, I'll give it to you guys. I just don't know how credible it is.
Well, let's check it out.
Yeah, it talks about this comet passing the sun in today. It was posted today, I think. No, July. Yeah, it is July. Yeah. Sorry, I lost track of the month.
No, that was the one he was talking about.
I'm looking at the actual site.
Mm.
The site looks alright. It's just
That
like,
doesn't mean anything. Site design is.
Well, no, I'm looking at like the news. The news stories just seem like Earth news.
Yeah.
well, that is.
So it's just
it does have a feed on
what's-
it. That is from NASA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
Site here.
2012 7/13. Okay.
Now it looks like it was supposed to go past it and missed.
Huh? Really?
Look, it's supposed to slingshot around.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
exact
Instead,
date.
it got pulled in?
There's
Is that
a
what you're saying?
massive ejection
Yeah.
on that too.
Yeah. They think they lost track of it, I think.
See?
Like, it
Mhm.
should be somewhere around there, shouldn't
Well,
it?
maybe the solar flare maybe had enough force to push it off and knock it off its course.
That's true. The solar flare might have done it.
Yeah, that's possible.
But the solar flare wouldn't have increased the amount of gravity that the sun puts out, you know?
Could have knocked
I'm
it
gonna
off course.
bookmark
pulled it
this
around
and
with.
post it along with this podcast.
I'm talking out my ass. That's the
Yeah,
best I
that
can think
solar
of.
flare was on the wrong side of the sun to push it out of its orbit.
Well, that is interesting. It looks like it's
High
on course to
orbital
hit it,
inclination
actually.
and high.
I'm sorry, say again, Nova?
It looks like it's on course to hit it if you look at the angle that the comet is following.
Oh, the tail.
I saw mention earlier this morning about something when I looked it up this morning that I can't find it now about like weird things about planet Nibiru and things like that about when he first texted me.
I actually really do not. I don't believe anything about planet Nibiru.
Yeah,
but-
I didn't think that was really credible, but like I was like they said that they thought that there might be comets orbiting it and that this was portents for this coming planet, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go to bed and wait for all the weird stuff to go away. You know,
that's a good idea.
You know?
But scientists are saying that it's basically we're going through a normal trend. I think there's a little bit of.
And they're saying Jupiter's gravitational pull is responsible for it. For the variation we saw. Jupiter's gravitational pull is largely responsible for the variation we see in the Mach-Holes complex, which means it knocked it off course.
Interesting.
Which would lead to me that this is just the comet happened to pass by when Jupiter was in its way.
Huh.
That would make sense.
Well, we'll see. I guess we'll have to look into that a little more. I guess.
Yeah. Oh god, that's really
One
science.
thing. One of the reasons why I brought this topic up tonight is that do you guys feel that we're prepared for a massive solar storm? What if it causes enough electromagnetic interference to knock out solar grids or not solar grids,
So
but
you're
power
saying,
grids and
are
whatnot.
people ready for the grid to fall off, basically?
Yeah.
Not a chance.
Oh, yeah.
Not
no.
a
no,
chance.
The
They'd act like it's
streets.
a zombie apocalypse, man.
All right,
Oh, yeah, no,
between the
there's-
four of us, I think we've got it handled.
Yeah.
We
But
can hold our own at least.
I don't think society as a whole is ready for it at all. It would be a Mad Max situation.
Well, basically, I don't even know if most of the powers that be are even prepared for this, or that they even care.
I don't think they know what it is.
No, why would they care? As long as
Yeah.
they're taken care of, who gives a rat's ass?
They
Well,
just give
there's actually a story that I read not too long ago where the apocalypse is
But
said
there are
to
3
come.
bears in it. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And I guess a comet was supposed to hit the Earth, and all the rich and powerful went down into bunkers and whatnot, and to survive the apocalypse. And then the apocalypse never came. And long story short, they basically got locked into the freaking bunkers, the underground cellars and fallout shelters and whatnot, because the door was too massive or something was wrong with the door. They
David,
just
that's
couldn't get
basically
out.
the
So they
That's
died.
morbidly hilarious. I'm sorry. It is, but
Oh,
it's
really?
morbidly hilarious.
It was a short story or something that I read.
It's like
Oh, well,
it's like
I think that's what
Sweeney
they got.
Todd
Yeah,
funny.
that's kind of the plot of the game Rage, like the backstory of the game Rage.
Nice.
So the upper echelon of society got cut off
All went
somehow.
underground, and then the comet actually hit,
Uh-huh.
but they didn't come out at the right time. And now there's a big fight to get these people out. And there's warring factions over the people that are in there, and blah blah blah. It's in software. People get shot in the face a lot.
Nice.
Yeah, it's the guys who made Doom. I mean, you gotta kind of expect it a little bit.
Hey!
Hey, I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
Don't you dare talk about the Carmax that way.
No, I'm not.
I will slap you silly.
All right. Yeah, that's. I don't know why their cameras would go down watching this. Maybe they just got bored of watching it.
Come on, they're
Maybe
scientists.
look, no. NASA never gets bored of
They sit there
watching
and have people
anything in
stare
space.
at
Well, I don't
this.
think
while
bored.
it's
What I
being
mean is,
recorded.
like-
You know they do.
Obviously, they know that Jupiter moved it. They could have just thought, okay, that's going to happen. There's not much else we can do.
Look, I'm not saying that their cameras went down. I'm saying their feed went down. So the public was not able to see anything that they were possibly seeing.
That's what.
Is that correct, Nova?
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
that's what you said was the
Yeah.
feed went down.
The feed
Okay,
went
so
down. They pulled it.
We don't know if they stopped recording. They could have seen some shit we didn't. We just know that we couldn't see what they saw.
It could now be classified information.
It's absolutely possible.
That's true. Yeah.
And we will never know about it.
Stuff like that happens all the time, actually. I mean, you don't know how many times the world's almost come to end because it's been classified or it was narrowly stopped.
Rather not, to be completely honest.
I'd
don't
like to know.
Yeah, me too.
I've got too much other
I'm
shit.
morbidly curious, you know.
I'd like to know, because if I know more someone else, I can buy more bullets than they can.
Fair enough.
Got
I'd
to
like a
look
little more warning. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or power to get the fuck out.
we still
when
on the
it's
same
gonna
page here?
happen.
You've got long checks working.
I'm sorry, but why aren't we doing more about space programs and things like that? We should be trying to like colonize the moon and shit.
I've been saying that for a long time. And there are a lot of theories behind why we're not exactly in the place to do that now. I do like the fact that we've got SpaceX and whatnot, and all of these private companies coming out and actually making an effort to get us into space, and they have a long-term goal. You know, the leader of SpaceX has a dream to put us on Mars, put people.
Yeah, the problem is I worry that it's going to become just as corporatized and worried about just making money and not.
Of course, it's about
Look
making
at
money.
Every
I hate
sci-fi
that,
story
though.
people
Like,
live on
I
Mars.
understand that, but why can't people just do something for the betterment of a species? We're not.
Give these people L.
Because we live in a capitalist society, my friend. That's the only thing that drives 99% of people is the gain of money and power.
It's true fact.
Okay?
And that's
There are very few
in
people
And the
left.
four of us in this podcast are just as big of a cause of this. We just won't admit to it.
They'll all admit to it freely.
And one of us will.
I'm not going to admit to that. I plead the fifth.
Yeah, exactly.
And
like,
you're full of
'Cause
shit.
I'm a dick.
without the race for money, David, we can't buy beer.
There you go.
But if
So-
we had the knowledge, we could make beer.
Not hard. I'm buying a kit actually on myself, anyways.
Hey, I just figured out how to make wine.
Nice.
Yeah.
I can't get drunk off cheap wine.
Oh, it's really good wine.
I can't get drunk off wine. It makes me not a good person.
Oh, I see.
It just makes my stomach hurt.
That too, yeah.
And
Why
honestly,
can't
It's
wine?
that's about one of the worst kinds of drunk that you
It
can
made
experience.
my ex's clothes come off.
A lot of things made your ex's clothes come off. Say, hey, take off your clothes. Her clothes came off.
Yeah, no shit. I'm just going to say that I haven't met a single person yet that I used to live with who hasn't seen her topless.
Nice.
Oh,
Not really.
I was waiting for David
Or
to go,
not.
It's true.
it is. It is.
Anyways, on to more.
So I'm telling you, you can have us talk about whatever you want. Four guys in the chat, somebody's gonna bring up boobs.
Yep. Because everybody likes boobs. Who doesn't like boobs?
True.
Even gay guys like boobs.
You know,
True.
I know this for a fact because I went to an art school.
Oh, all right.
And I witnessed this because on several occasions, many of the gay friends that I had would jiggle boobs in their hands. Like, this is so nice. I understand why you guys like it.
I had the same gay friends, Nova, and they were probably jiggling my ex's boobs.
I think they were actually.
Am I right? Yeah.
That's terrible. That's a terrible way to end this podcast.
I didn't start it.
And we were just getting to the good shit.
I know, exactly.
Damn it.
All you listeners out there, we had a third topic planned for tonight, and that was boobs.
I really like them.
God damn.
I'm really a fan of this
Segue
topic.
to like.
I think
something.
a great.
Did you like that segue then?
Yeah.
That was excellent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well done.
All right.
We need a scientific experiment where we measure the electromagnetic interference or the effect of a solar flare hitting our magnetosphere on the jiggle factor of boobs.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah. That sounds like good science. What that sounds
Great,
like.
actually.
I'm down.
Think about that. Yeah.
So ladies, listeners, if you're listening and you want to sign up, you let one of us know.
I really hope this isn't serious.
You don't know us well enough, apparently.
I don't know you very well.
With us, boobs are serious as a heart attack.
It's not serious till somebody actually signs up. And then we're scientists.
Oh yeah. Then the sunglasses come off because shit got real.
Oh God.
Well, yeah. I'm just wait for the emails.
I can't wait till we're popular enough for hate mail.
It's gonna be terrible though, because you're not gonna want to see those. You're not gonna. Want...
We might have to get
I love
a
mail.
Oh yeah.
or something for hate mail. Because I'm sure we're going to say a couple things live or whatnot that is going to tick a couple people off. But
I
yeah.
expect hate mail once a week.
Only once?
I mean, like every
Really?
week, I should say, not once.
Oh, okay, there you go.
we should have a segment devoted to hate mail. I agree with this fact.
I'm gonna say the
Totally.
best one.
Publicity is good publicity, Nova.
Have you gotten any yet?
No,
Oh.
but that's my goal. When we
Okay.
start getting hate mail, David, I'm gonna save the best one and read it on the next week's show every week.
Yeah.
That's a great
I
idea.
think we can both do this and trade off and see to compete
Yeah.
who has the best hate mail. Because
Oh,
I'm going to
God,
post
that would be.
our website emails, and Blaine here is actually one of our web developers, one of the guys
Yes,
helping
sir.
us out with the website. So we're going to have that up pretty soon, I hope.
And that we don't.
I was hungover and sleeping. I'm sorry. I figured on Beer and Cigarettes Radio you would understand.
Yeah, but we have to be there for the show.
And I just got the damn assignment today, all right?
Fucking cunt.
So hard to find good help these days.
No one will do Windows either.
I know, huh? All right. Well, bottom line is we're not prepared.
Not really.
Not really. No.
It was fun though.
Yeah. Well, I think
Boy,
honestly, I'm gonna invest
I
in
think Timothy thinks you mean we're not prepared to do this on the radio.
No, I mean we're not prepared.
No, we're not prepared for that.
Yeah. No, Tim.
No, I think we're not prepared for the hate mail.
Oh, wow, I am very prepared
Oh, yeah.
for hate mail.
He's looking forward to it. He loves that kind of thing.
I sold cell phones at one of my life.
Any of you guys, whether you're serious or not, if you want to send us hate mail, go for it. We love it.
Oh, yeah.
Even if you just want to, I don't know, vent.
Get pissed
Tim,
off.
you may not realize this, but you are on the radio with 3 of the biggest trolls you've ever met. We love this shit.
I wouldn't even call us trolls.
I'm a troll. I'm a troll too. I'll admit it.
Yeah, Tim actually.
We just don't have a filter.
Tim
Ah,
actually.
fair enough.
And he does eat small children.
Wait, who eats small children?
I do live under a bridge, and I do eat small children. Yes.
Seriously, the less little kids in the world, the better.
Yeah.
All right.
I have the green. I don't have the green skin. I'm only half troll. I have green hair though.
Oh, well, that's.
I never was fond of that.
I think I'll start fading us out now. This just got weird, you know.
It did this last week too. We just went fucking batshit insane that last 10 minutes of this episode.
No, for those of
Nothing
you
made sense after a
right
while.
now, I completely, you know what? Thank you for sticking it out.
Yeah, seriously. Imagine this live.
Oh God,
This will be great.
we can't fade out on live.
We've got a slot to fill. Whatever we fill with is our damn business.
Exactly.
I am sold.
Oh.
That's fantastic. This has been a good show though.
Is there any way we can do the side boob hour over radio?
If you want to put up your own
You
links,
could post a
you know
like.
what? That's perfect. Blaine's fucking side boob hour.
Yes.
Put that up on YouTube and share it on the website.
Yes, get your own YouTube channel.
We'll put it on the website, and then girls can send in pictures of their side boob, and then we'll talk about the winner of the week on the show.
Sold.
This is the most strange mashup of topics I love it.
I have
We're
no
gonna have
idea what's
fans.
going on, but I can barely talk.
We're gonna have such a varied fan base and like people that hate us.
Hey,
Can I
you know,
come on the show more often?
Yeah, sure.
we're gonna have a lot of fans in prison.
Actually, our first
Fuck
This
yeah.
just seems like the kind of thing a bunch of murderers would sit around and
the
listen
first
to.
topic is about shadow people, and Timothy Bowen here is going to be our first guest because he's got a lot of knowledge and theories when it comes to that. So I'm sure we're going to have tons of fun with that.
Yeah. I'm a little hesitant to talk sometimes, but yeah, I'll try to.
Ah,
I'll
you've
try
been
to-
great. You've been
You
great
can
today.
change your name. You can have total anonymity.
Yeah, it's just.
Except we
it's
just
as-
talked about it.
We
You just said my name.
Well,
Yeah,
you
no.
call you Jimothy, whatever.
You introduced yourself at the beginning of the fucking show.
I know, right? I'm fine. Timothy
Are we still
Towan,
recording?
yes.
Yes, we are.
Fantastic.
Jesus H, tap dancing
Are we
Christ.
fading out, or is this just part of the podcast?
We are slowly fading out.
Slowly.
I think this is.
How fucking slowly is
You know, I
this?
think we should do a podcast along with the live recording.
Yeah, I'm just that's the wave world.
You know, and I'm calling these things the countdown podcast to our live shows, but you know, maybe we can keep doing our countdown to nothing.
We're doing a podcast.
Our countdown that counts
Countdown-
up. This is
no-
number 2.
Countdown that goes up.
Who doesn't love that? Let's talk about for a second. What do you think our next topic should be, Sean? Should we do a topic on the Dark Knight Rises?
We do what we want.
Oh shit.
What?
I do what I want.
All right. Let's talk about for a second. What do you think our next topic should be? Do you want to do Dark Knight Rises or something?
I won't have seen it yet, so I can't.
All right.
Is we good?
I'm going to see it if we can.
Oh, are you? Okay, cool.
No, I am going to see it most likely.
No,
but
no, fair enough.
Yeah.
No, if you're
All
gonna
right,
see
so
it.
if not within the next week after, whatever topic that we do next week.
I wonder what happened to the Human Torch
Probably go.
in the whole Marvel Universe movies.
He died.
Wait.
Oh.
I think the Human Torch is actually Captain America now.
Yeah, that's why I'm wondering what happened to the Human Torch.
Fantastic Four isn't a part of the Marvel Universe movies. Unfortunate,
Supposedly.
or whatever. Well, that's a property owned by Fox. Same with Spider-Man.
Why is your fucking face displayed to your nipple?
That's silly.
My favorite tattoo. You know you like the nipple.
No.
Oh,
Where the fuck am I
all
going?
right. For Beer and Cigarettes Radio, I am Nova.
I'm Sean.
This is Blaine.
I'm Tim.
Thank you for joining us and getting together on this roundtable. We'll see you guys next week.
Adios, motherfuckers.
Sorry for-
Adios.